Here, everybody, we are going live. The Vibe 106 here in just a couple minutes. So sit tight, enjoy the ride. I know you won't be disappointed. Talk to you soon. Give me 1 second. If you have any questions, just hit us up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You are listening to the 24K Life on Vibe106.com, the home of R&B, old school, new school, Motown, hip hop, 90s, 80s, and more. Simply the best music 24/7. We are on the study in the Vibe House where we reset your mind, your money, and your momentum every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. I'm your host, Derek Gant, and around here, my job is to remind you that you are coded and called for greatness. We don't chase mediocrity. We dominate and walk in our individual divinity. This show is about living the 24K life, mastering your mind, your money, your body, and your soul. We want you to live boldly and unapologetically at your highest level. I hope that you're ready to lock in. Let's go.
I'm sure you've heard the news. Financial freedom is within your reach, thanks to Derek Gant. With over 25 years of experience, Derek's 24K life philosophy transforms everyday challenges into stepping stones for success. Imagine mastering your finances, setting and crushing your goals, and shifting your mindset to elite levels. Derek empowers you with tools for financial freedom and measurable results. His strategies are crafted to ensure you live the life you've always dreamed of. From his book to engaging workshops and online content, Derek's insights are designed just for you. Start your journey today and turn your aspirations into achievements. Visit derekgant.com. It's time to live your 24K life. Are you ready?
Hey, I hope you're ready. Listen, we are going to talk about from going broke to being brilliant, the 24K life money game. I talked to you last week. We went in last week. You know, it is important to figure out how to master not just your mindset, but how to master your money. Because if you're not in control, that means someone else is. And if you're not spending your money your way, somebody else is spending your money their way. And so if you're listening right now and you're just getting by, barely covering the basics, I need you to hear me clearly. This is not the final chapter. This is not the story that you are living your life. You get to rewrite your own story. And we were not born just to survive. You know what? We were born to be creative. We were born to thrive. And we are going to help you figure that out because it's vital for you to be able to be in control as much as one can be. And it starts with clarity, courage, and consistent action. Now, I know today's Father's Day, so let me stop and say Happy Father's Day to all of you men out there that are standing up, being fathers, being real men, handling your business, and looking to do more, right? It's not normal for us to get the recognition that you deserve. So we are giving you your 24K gold card today because it's Father's Day, and I want you to understand we appreciate you. So happy Father's Day to all you men out there being real dads. Now, the rest of you guys, we got another conversation. But for those of you that are being real dads, let's get it in. So I'm going to give you 5 steps to enhance what we talked about last week about going from being broke to being brilliant. You know, my charge from the radio gods is to bring you the basic information that is going to change the trajectory of your financial life. And the reason why I am so bent on doing that, number one, is because I was called. This is what I was called to do. I was charged by God to bring you these steps that you need. Because for over 30 plus years, I've been helping rich people get richer. That's just what my job is. But what about all the people who are still struggling, that are still stagnant, that are still just in the system, just a cog in the wheel, grinding out till your gears wear down, and then they say thank you, but no thank you. You're gone. We're going to downsize you, outsize you, right size you, and you don't have the resources to maintain your own life. I'm going to give you the steps. So we're going to start with step one, and that is to know your numbers. Last week, we talked about the basics of knowing your numbers. I shared with you that you need to separate your spending money from your bill money. You need to have at least 3 different checking accounts, right? You have your account for your bills. She has an account. He has an account, or whomever's your partner. You have all separate accounts. No one spends out of the main bill account. You have a joint savings account where you have for emergency money. We're not going to go all the way into it. If you want to see that, you can go to my YouTube channel, Derek Gant 24K, and you can see last week's show where we break down the intricacies of knowing your numbers. But here's the truth of the matter. You cannot conquer what you won't confront. If you refuse to look at where you are, you can't overcome it. So the time for being conservative and saying, it'll get better. No, we want to confront it. Then we're going to conquer it. And this is your opportunity to make that financial confession, right? You're going to go into confession. When I was in high school, in grade school, I went to a Catholic school, and everybody, all the members would go into the confessional, and they would spill their soul to the priest. I'm telling you, pull out your pen and paper, pull up your financials, get your checkbook balances, see where your money's going, and confess that you've been blowing your money. Not only you've been blowing your money, you've been blowing your time because you've been working hard. You don't get paid to do nothing. You've been working hard, but you don't have anything to show for it. So let's fix this. Where's your money going? And then if you don't know, let's commit. Let's commit. We're going to confront and we're going to conquer. And the only way to do that is we're going to track our finances for 30 days. So to know your numbers is step number 1, because I can't help you. It's like GPS. I was taking the stud to get his hair retied this morning, right? Just a stud. And I'm in Minnesota. I didn't know exactly where this place was, so I had to put my GPS coordinates in. When I put the coordinates in, it said, this is where you starting from. It's the first thing it asks you, where are you? So I can tell you how to get where you're saying you truly want to go if you want to get there, but I got to know where you are. So looking at your numbers, tracking your numbers and knowing where you stand today is the first step. It's the most important step. Number 2, the second step in this thing is to cut the fluff. All the BS that you're spending money on. Now, this is for people that I'm not talking to people with money, because the philosophy and the understanding that people with money don't know where their money is because they have so much they just spend is just false. It is false. People with money know exactly what they're spending because, as I told you last week, every dollar has a duty. Every dollar has a duty, meaning every dollar has a responsibility. And there's a big difference between money that you're going to spend for your mortgage, for your rent, for your car, and money that you're going out to dinner with. And I know you want to take your dad out, and that's great. You should take him out. He deserves it. But what money are you spending? Are you spending rent money? Are you spending gas bill money? Because here's the truth of the matter. I promise you with everything in me that if you can't afford to take your dad to dinner and you're taking him to dinner anyway, he would much prefer you to pay that bill and not come asking him for money later when you're broke, because that's the name of the game. Now, listen, if you have something that you want to share with us, you can go to 419-972-1922, and you can text us any questions that you might have, any comments that you might have. Hey, you can text me Happy Father's Day because I have two men. I was going to say boys. I have 2 men, right? But I'm still a dad. They both reached out to me before 6 p.m., which is a world's record. Very proud of my guys. But we're talking about cutting the fluff, because what we need to do is we need to understand that when you have excess, right? I'm talking about excess spending, but you have limited revenue. That is a very bad combination. You cannot spend more than you make. We talked about this last week. That's when people go to credit and they're living on their credit. And as soon as something really terrible happens in life, now you're stuck because you have more credit cards than revenue and you can't pay the bill. And now we have to talk about bankruptcy. Now we have to talk about debt settlement. And that's not something that you really want to do. We talked about paying yourself first, cutting the fluff, and getting serious about this. Now, what I was saying earlier is this. The reason why I'm so bent on tackling this money situation early, right? Almost first, let's be honest, almost first, is because it is very difficult to attack your health when you don't have money to pay for it. When you don't have money to eat better foods, organic foods, or grow your own garden, when you don't have money for these things, when you don't have money for that fitness trainer, when you don't have the funds to go to the yoga instructor, when you need the things that really are going to get you where you want to be mentally, physically, you need the finances to get there. And let me tell you something, it's a hard deal to try to go out there and get the best with nothing. So I promise you, if you listen to me for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to take you down the path of success to go from being broke to being brilliant.
Are you feeling stuck in life and finances? Introducing the 24K Life Code mobile app, your ultimate solution for personal and financial support. Available now on Apple App and Google Play stores. Our app provides online coaching with expert life, business, money, nutrition, and fitness coaches. With over 25 transformative courses, you'll master goal setting, time management, personal money management, and accountability. For less than $1 a day, you gain full access, 365 days a year, to the support you need. Join our thriving community, share your daily wins, and let's build your 24K life together. Download the 24K Life Code mobile app today and start living your best life.
Hey, listen, our mobile app is available on in the App Store, the Apple Store. It's available in Google Play Store. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is not because we want you to be, doing something extra. We want you to know that you can put a financial advisor in your pocket and ask questions 24/7. You can watch videos 24/7. You can get the scoop on the 30 plus years of how I help people become wealthy. And you can't do it on your own. You just can't. There's too much information. See, here's the thing. It's not that you can't do it because you don't know, because you can Google all of this. You can chat GPT it. You can do all of that. But here's the problem. I've been doing this for 35 years. And when you go hire a financial professional, they remove the emotion and they get you the shortcut. And if you're over 40, trust me, you need a shortcut. You also need to be surrounded by people that are like-minded. When they say birds of a feather flock together, when you see wealthy people and you're in a group, let me tell you something. If you're looking around wondering who has money and who doesn't have money, and you're in a group and you don't have money, guess what? It's you. So you want to be like the other people. And that's why you hang around people that know what they're doing, that are about substance. They're not surfing the internet. They're not playing games. But let me get to the point. Let's talk about how to really go from being broke to brilliant. You have done step one. We've cut the fluff off in step two. Step three is the power of $100, okay? $100, because people believe that you need thousands and thousands of dollars in order to be wealthy. Now, there's three things that you can really invest in to change your money game. And we're going to talk about investing in stocks and those type of investments for the most part, but I want to tell you about these other two. The first one is yourself. Do you know that you can get into any network marketing business? And I'm not a huge fan of network marketing, but I'm a huge fan of anyone that wants to surround themselves with other people that are striving to elevate their lives, that gives you a vehicle to elevate your financial life. And let me tell you something, you get all of these things in your Instagram feed and your social media feeds and Facebook feeds and TikTok feeds about how you can get rich. But let me tell you something. Let me ask you something better yet. And if you want to text me the answer, 419-297-7772. And Sir Charles Reynolds told me to ask you this question, right? But here's the question. If you had an extra $125 a week, just $125 a week, that's $500 a month. How would that affect your life? How would it affect your life? Here's what I'm going to suggest to you. $125 a week is $6,000 a year. Most people, please Google this. Most people that work don't have $500 in their savings account. Most people don't have $500 anywhere. I'm telling you, it's a fact. More people don't have it than people who do. So if you just took that $125 a week and you started to save it. You got yourself to an emergency fund level of about $3,000. And then you start taking that $125 a week and you started investing it with what I'm getting ready to share with you. Would that change your life? And I'm here to tell you it would. It would. And the reason why I know it would is because I've had thousands of people that I've encouraged to just add $100 of revenue in addition to what they're already doing into their cash flow. Just figure it out. If you truly want it to elevate, you're going to figure this out. And so you get $100 a week, $400 a month, easy math, $4,800 a year. You can do it. There's no doubt in my mind that you can do that. And if you take that money and don't let it just disappear with Amazon, you don't let it disappear at Target and any other of these stores, you're going to be ahead of the game. And just think about it from this perspective. Let's say you didn't invest it. 10 years later, you're going to have $50,000 to $60,000 in extra funds, just reserves, just sitting there. But let's talk about how to multiply that. We talked about multiplication. You know what? Multiplication beats addition every time. So we don't want to talk about adding. And when you save money, you're adding this month's savings to next month's savings. But when you invest, you're multiplying, right? You're saying, I'm taking my money and I'm going to multiply it. Let me tell you a quick story before I tell you how to start investing. This week, true story, and I hope he's listening. I had this client, good dude, works hard. He's on IR, injured reserve. He's on IR, so he's on family leave because he hurt himself. He's been on IR for a minute. So he calls me up and says, hey, man, I need to take a few dollars out of my, a few additional dollars, because he already had taken some money. I need to take a few additional dollars out of my investment account because I'm going to be on leave a little bit longer. The doctors didn't approve me to go back to work, so I'm going to be a little short, so I need some money. And he said, by the way, we need to talk because the money that I have invested, I don't think it's doing as good as it should be doing. I don't think I've made any money since we started this game. And we started 2.5, 3 years ago. And I was like, whoa. And this is a text message. So when I'm saying whoa, I'm saying whoa to the text message. So I pull his account up real quick and I look at the account. Now, I'm just going to tell you about one of his investments. Last year, it hasn't even been a full year, but last year we purchased Amazon. We purchased some Amazon stock. We put $5,000. I think it was 50 shares, $5,000, so $100 a share. So we bought 50 shares and it was $5,000. And I looked at the value as of Thursday this past week. It was worth over $10,000. That is called 100% in return on your money. That is called multiplication. That is 10x. When you get 100% return, that's called 10x. You 10x your money. Okay. So 1x is you're gonna get 10%. 10x is 100%. He 10x'd his money on that one investment, not to mention the other investments, which were also doing really well. So I called him up and got him the money that he requested. And we talked about it. I says, hey, bro, obviously I need to do a better job. I'm going to take full responsibility that you don't know how to read your investment statement because you've been killing the game, right? I really want to say we've been killing the game, but I gave him the credit. You've been killing the game. And I just told him about his portfolio, and how over the last 3 years, it's already doubled. In 3 years, what have you doubled? Now, this doesn't happen normally, so don't. And me telling you about the Amazon stock, let me tell you something. I'm a professional, so I should have caveated that statement ahead. It's not for everybody. I'm not recommending you go out and buy Amazon stock. If you want a specific recommendation, you will have to reach out to me directly, and we will talk about that. But suffice to say that this cat 10x'd his money. And so he goes, oh, wow, I didn't know. I feel better about taking more money out right now. Matter of fact, I feel better about it, but I really don't want to take it out. I need to put it right back in. And then I need you to teach me how to read these financial statements. Absolutely. So we have an appointment scheduled to do that. But let's take you for an example. Let's say you're a little nervous or you don't have, $100,000 to invest. The power of $100. So if we were to take $100 and systematically means it's going to automatically come out of your bill account. Now, if you don't know what the bill account is, go ahead and take a look at last week's on my YouTube channel, Derek Gant 24K, and it'll tell you what that is. But we're going to systematically pull $100 out of your bill account, and we're going to invest it every month. And we're going to invest it, even if you just invest it in an index. An index is a conglomerate of stocks, like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or the NASDAQ 1000. I can share with you which ones do what later, but suffice to say, you can start this with as little as $100 a month. But you can't start with $100 a month if you don't have $100 in your savings account, because now you're going to go into your investment account and you're going to raid that account every time you have an emergency. So let me just share with you this. Time plus consistency equals compound success. So time plus consistency, doing something right for a long time equals multiplication, which means compound success. Okay. Step number 4, you got to automate it. If you have to remember to make this investment every month, you're not going to do it. But if you set it up automatically, if you automatically set this up, then you're not going to miss it. The reason why your home gets paid for in 30 years is because it automatically comes out of your checking account. The reason why you have more money in your 401k account or your home account or your deferred compensation account is because it automatically comes out of your check. You don't have to think about it. So when you automate it, it removes the emotions, okay? Because money does not have feelings. All it has is faith and follow through. You put it in there, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. Is it going to do that every year? No. Is it going to do it more years than not? Yes. 7 out of 10 years, the market's going to increase. It's just historical facts. Everything that I share with you, you can go Google. You can Google it. I challenge you to go Google it. Or you can Google it and then you can text me at 419-297-7772. And I promise you, you're going to say, you were right. You were right, bro. You were right. So you know what? I know $100 might seem small, but let me tell you something. When you plant a seed, that small seed is going to turn into an apple orchard. The great John Henry Livingston, Dr. Livingston, we like to call him. He talked about, what do you see when you see an apple? And the smart people see an entire orchard, because inside that apple are seeds that will produce more trees, that will produce more apples, that will produce more trees. And it turns into an orchard. And what the great John Livingston says is, when he sees an apple, he says, I see applesauce on every table in America, because that's what a real entrepreneur and businessman can see. Because if you have enough trees with enough apples and enough ways to get it to people with a little cinnamon and a little sugar, I guarantee you they're going to eat it. But a businessman sees something greater than just the seeds and just the apple. And I need you to have that kind of vision, that foresight, that insight. And then you need to have what? Time and consistency is going to equal your compound effect or your multiplication. You want that 10x I was talking about earlier? This is where it starts. It starts with you being consistent. And here's the 5th step. 5th step. Are you ready? You got to level up your mindset. You're not broke. We don't say things like that about ourselves. We have been mismanaging our resources. You are not broke. You are becoming. So here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about the warriors that I told you about in the past, that they go to a new land to conquer that land, and they get tired and they don't want to keep investing that $100. What I want you to do is automate that. And I want you to say, there's no going back. I will never not have money. We don't say we're broke. I will never not have money ever again in my life. Right? And I want you to make educated, informed decisions every step of the way. Everything that you do, educated, informed. Now, I tell my clients all the time, listen, it doesn't have to be the right decision. It just has to be an educated and informed decision. And I know you might go, well, I don't understand the difference. What are you really truly saying to me? Here's what I'm saying. I might say to you, listen, I'm gonna buy my lady a birthday present, okay? And I'm gonna spend $1,000 on this birthday present. Now, I know, because I've looked at my budget, that I don't have $1,000 for a present, because I'm still investing, or I'm paying off some other bills, or I want to pay my house off early, or I need to pay my car off with high interest rates early, or there's better places to put that money. So I've informed myself what the best move is. Okay. So then I educated myself and I've done the math. Oh, this $1,000 is going to make somebody smile and happy for, a couple days, and then they're going to forget about it. So I've made the educated move. I made the informed move, but I might still go buy it. I might still spend $1,000. So I have an educated, informed decision. This is probably the wrong decision, but I might still do it. You can do it too. All I don't want you to do is I don't want you to make uneducated and uninformed decisions because you just go by the present because your heart says, I just want to do this person this huge solid, like take my dad to Father's Day dinner, but I don't have the money. I'm going to put it on my credit card, right? And I know it's going to hurt my credit because now I'm over my limit, or now I'm over the 30% and it's going to start to hurt my credit score. But you might still do it. Educated, informed, not necessarily the right decision. Now, we want to get you to the point to where you're making educated, informed, and really solid decisions, but it's not the case. But at the very, very minimum, know where your money's going, know what that decision is going to do to you, and then make the decision of what you're going to do. And maybe you just have to work harder. Maybe you have to tell yourself that I'm going to go start this side business, and instead of $125 a week, I need to do $225 a week. So I just need to make more phone calls. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to make those extra calls because I'm making this bad decision. I'm cool with that. As long as you make it as educated and informed. So we want you to make this call. We want you to automate it. And we want you to burn the boats and don't look back. I also, because it's Sunday, I need you to understand that you have to speak life over your life. You don't say, I'm broke. You say, I'm an investor. I'm investing in this course that's going to bring me more skills, more knowledge so that I can charge more to my employer. I can go demand a raise because now I have this extra degree or I have this extra skill set. I'm an investor in myself. I'm an investor in the market. I'm an investor in real estate. I need you to speak life into yourself. I am a builder. I build wealth. I'm a creator, right? I'm becoming financially free. Now understand the difference in this language. I'm broke. I'm busted. Man, I wish I had $1. How many times say, hey man, can you loan me some money? Man, I was going to ask you for $50. Come on, I'm broke. How many times have you said that? How many times have you said to your kids, oh, we don't have those kind of resources, honey. We can't do that. We don't have that money. We don't have any money for that. That's what you're pouring in your kid. Scarcity, limiting. You need to speak abundance to yourself, and then you'll speak abundance to your kids. You know what? This is the 24K life way. It starts with your mindset. And we don't just save money. We direct our money. We orchestrate it with our intentions. We make educated, informed decisions. We command our money to serve our purpose and mission. You see the difference in the language? I hope I get by. Or we're getting by, and we're going to do this, or we're going to put this money away, and we're going to get out of debt, right? We are. That's the verbiage. That's my time, family. I appreciate you for locking in, for leaning in, and for living this truth out loud with me. Until next Sunday, stay focused, stay faithful, stay fearless. This is Derek Gant signing off from the 24K Life on the Vibe 106.com. Be your best, bring your best, leave nothing to chance. Hey, folks, stay 24K. This segment was bought proudly by our sponsors, Amin Poet Production Company. For your musical needs, when sound is all you got, visit aminpoet.com, and that's AMINPOET.com. This segment was also brought to you by Ohio or Michigan residents, or if you find yourself in Ohio or Michigan and you need some help fast, you got hemmed up a little bit, call Out Today Bail Bonds at 419-944-3495. That is 419-944-3495. Special thanks to Eugene, You're in the Kitchen with DJ Jamalot for the support and the sound. And up next is Tammy's Rum Punch Pool Party here in the Vibe House. Hey, don't forget that you are called and coded. Go be the goal. And have an amazing week and a blessed Father's Day.
Yeah, it's time to live your life. Derek Gant, show them how to take it to the highest height. Hey, this is more than financial advice. Show you how to take control. Time to get your money right. Money management, I know that we all need financial independence. Yeah, it seems out of reach, but you can make it happen. Now it's time for some action, helping you with your finances. Yeah, we got a passion. Hey, ain't no limit. Now it's time to get it. You deserve to have a life how you want to live it. Secrets to success. Now it's time to get it right. Yeah, I'm talking all about that 24K life. Let's go. This the vibe. For real, I'm trying to tell you. Tell me if you ready to take it to the next level. Derek Gant, talking fitness and investment. Change your mindset and show you how it's all connected. Ain't no need to hesitate or delay. Only way to live.
Yo, grab my card. So. Oh, you gotta grab your card. You gotta pay. Yeah, okay. You gonna make an educated, informed decision, brother? Don't sound so happy about it. All right, man. I'll see y'all later. Hey. Yeah. Your energy precedes you. You're right. Okay, so just I know faking is hard, but you know, your energy precedes you, bro. All right. Just be your best. That's all you can do. All right, bro. Off the